enjoy meditation. I have been enjoying for the last 25 years. It's part of who I am. It's my guiding light. Um, and the only thing I look forward to is sharing this precious gift with anybody and everyone that I come across. And that is the biggest joy giving thing um, for me. So that's my experience, and we do have, I think, few more minutes. If anybody has any questions for me before we get started, um, we can take any questions. All right. So today, our topic for today's session is three knots of illusion, and we will go over the topic after our foot soak. Now, if you can get your foot soak tub ready with lukewarm water, or if you already know you are a little bit on the right side or you feel heat in your liver, you can get a little bit cold water, but otherwise you can get lukewarm water with some salt, a fresh mug of fresh water to rinse, and then a towel to wipe your feet after you're done. Anybody for the first time here? First time to foot soak? You can raise your hand or unmute and talk if you're the first time to the foot soak today. That's nice. So if you're not first time to the foot soak, I'm also assuming that you are familiar with this one. Rahul, I think we have one hand up, right? For first time?
Yes.
Okay, first time to foot soak. And do you know how to take a bandhan? Anybody who has not been taught how to take a bandhan?
I
Okay.
think I think you can explain a little bit about foot soak and bandhan both.
Okay, perfect. So then let's get started. So before we foot soak, we will go over bandhan, the way we call it. It is about using our hands as the guide for our attention to recognize and awaken and raise our mother kundalini from the end of the sacrum bone to the top of our head. And this kundalini energy is nothing but the driving force that fuels our parasympathetic system. The entire parasympathetic system, which is also called as the autonomous nervous system within us. The autonomous nervous system is the one that controls all the physiological systems within us that run by themselves. For example, the heart, the cardiac system, the lungs, the respiratory system, the digestive system, excretory system. All of these just run by themselves, right? There is no intervention needed. Since our birth to our last breath, they do their job automatically. And that's why it's called as autonomous nervous system. And the auto behind the autonomous nervous system is the energy of the parasympathetic system. A part of that parasympathetic system's driving force is in our sacrum bone, waiting to come to the top of our head So it can give us our yoga oneness with the source that created us. So we are recognizing that autonomous, the energy of the parasympathetic system, and desiring for that energy to come to the top of our head so that we can be connected to the mains, to the source that created us, to the source that is nourishing and sustaining this universe. So, with that recognition, what we will do is we will use our left hand and raise the left hand from the end of our spinal cord in the front, slowly along the center channel to the top of our head. And the right hand, as you can see in the picture, is going to go between, it's going to go from inside to outside, inside to outside, making 6 circles around the left hand. And the reason we do, the left hand is actually giving the signal or expressing the desire to this energy which knows everything about us, understands our emotions, knows our physical, the state of our physical body. So we use our hand to express our intense desire for this Kundalini energy to come to the top of our head. And the right hand, we are circling the right hand around the left hand, asking this energy to move through each of the energy centers, through each of the chakras. We are asking this energy to pierce through the chakras in spite of all the blockages or obstacles, whatever it may encounter, the energy may encounter. We're asking the energy to come to the top of our head. So we do that 3 times. Right? Let's do it. And the hand movements are only a symbolic representation. All the work happens with the connection of our attention with the energy. The Mother Kundalini. So to praise our Mother Kundalini, you can also pray in your heart. Please come to the top of my head. Please give me my yoga. You have to ask like there's no other desire right now for you at this moment. You tie a knot and then you repeat the same. Raise your left hand, circling your right hand over. And this knot that you're tying, second time you do 2 knots, you're actually symbolically tying your Kundalini to this all-pervading energy all around us. Do the 3rd time. Now we do 3 knots. Bring it down. Now we do, this is called as the raising of the Kundalini. It is followed by giving a bandhan to ourselves. Bandhan in Sanskrit means it's like a protection, shield of protection. So we protect the energy, the auras around us before meditation and after meditation. Before meditation, we do this to keep away any thoughts any disturbances that may disturb us during meditation. After meditation, we take the bandhan to keep the auras intact, protected. Even after we stop meditating, we give ourselves a protective bandhan. And the way we do it, we raise our left hand, the right hand from the left side of our body over the top of our head to the right side, and from right side over the top of our head to the left side. And we do this for each chakra. And the way I do it, just to, you know, help me get connected to chakras, I just say when I do the first one, I call out the qualities of the chakras. The way I say, Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I'm innocent. And then you say, you are the pure desire within me and pure attention. I'm completely peaceful and satisfied. I'm completely secure in your love. I'm just a witness. Fifth energy center. By your grace, I am the ocean of forgiveness. I'm completely integrated in my heart, in my brain, and in my mind. The seventh energy center. So that is the 7 times we give ourselves abundance. Now we come to the footsoak. You have a tub of water. It can be either warm or, like I said, if you're right-sided, it can be a little bit cold. We put a handful of salt in the water, bringing the aspect of the earth, the aspect of the ocean into this water. And then we light a candle in front of us for the aspect of fire and the aspect of light. And then we have the air and the ether sky around us. So we kind of invite all the 5 elements. This body is made up of 5 elements. And the way this body can be cleansed is by using the elements. We can cleanse this body, the nerves that make up the subtle system. And once we are ready, we can put our hand towards the water and then ask, express the desire. It's almost like the whole nature is listening. All the elements are listening all the time. We just have to express our desire. And that desire has to be pure, sincere, and from the heart. So here we say, Mother Kundalini, please give vibrations to this water and make this water as powerful as the ocean. And please let this water cleanse all my chakras, all my channels, every cell of my being. With that prayer, we put our feet in the water. And then we are ready for foot soak. Okay? And foot soak means it is a time when we can let go, release, give out all imbalances in our thoughts, imbalances in our chakras, imbalances in our emotions, desires, actions, anything that we know is not good for our spirit, is not good for our ascent, we give out here. Firstly, we put both our hands to the Mother Earth. The first and foremost thing is to recognize all that we are receiving from the Mother Earth, and in turn express our gratitude. Mother Earth, thank you for nourishing us, sustaining us. Thank you for your understanding, for your patience, for your tolerance. Thank you for grounding us with the power of your gravity. Please kindly absorb all the imbalances in all our chakras and channels into your infinite self. Please remove all the qualities, tendencies that are against our essence, our spirit. Please take them into yourself. When we think about Mother Earth, our heart should be filled with gratitude. Without her abundance, we will not be here. Without her balance, we would not be here. So we can pray to the Mother Earth. Please give us that balance, that delicate balance with which you move around yourself and around the sun. Please give us that same delicate balance in all aspects of our life, between our actions and desires, between our work and family. Left hand on our lap, right hand pointing towards the Mother Earth. We will cleanse our left channel. Now is the time to let go of any emotion from the past, any desires that are weighing upon us. Any painful memories from the past, anything that has to do with our past that is not helping us be in the present moment can be given up right now. The first thing is to become aware of what is it. The second is to give up. intentionally let go. And sometimes we have to let go deeply. Mother Kundalini, please cleanse my entire left channel from all the effects of the past, that which I know of and that which I am not aware of. Please fill my left channel, the entire left side, with the joy of my spirit. Just the truth that I exist and that I am the spirit is the only emotion that fuels the entire left channel. Let's clear our right channel. Right hand on our lap, left hand towards the ether. Always pay attention to your fingertips, center of the palm, top of your head. And the top of your head can be the center of your fontanel bone area or the space above your head. Whatever gives you that deep connection with the present moment, with your center channel. Trying to practice spreading our attention to different aspects keeps us in the present and guides our attention so that it is not distracted by thoughts. And you will get used to it slowly because we have the capacity in our attention to expand it as far as we can. It's like this white canvas that is flexible to spread as far as we can, as much as we can. Here we pray to give ourselves the freedom from all worries and anxiety about the future because it is yet to come and we don't have any control over it. And that's the reality. And that's the truth. We can positively influence the future by being fully connected with ourselves and the source in the present moment. Mother, please take away all the thoughts, all the anxiety, worries about the future. Please take away the effects of all my action, thinking, from my right channel into the ether. Please dissipate all the heat. Bring your left hand on your lap, both hands on your lap. Now is a good time to focus on both your hands, center of the palm, the fingertips, and form this connection with your fingertips. Be aware and observe. Attention on the center channel. Mother Kundalini, please remove all the obstacles in my center channel, all obstacles in my spiritual ascent, all imbalances in all my chakras along the center channel. Put your right hand on the top of your head. Press the fontanel bone area with the right hand. Your complete attention on the place where your hand is touching your head. And make it as small and focused your attention on the center of the fontanel bone. Mother Kundalini, please grant me the yoga. Please pierce through my seventh energy center, the Sahasrara. Bring your right hand inch by inch by inch to the top of your head. Open your fingertips to the sky. Bring your right hand back on your lap. Now we will use both our hands to drop our ego and superego into the water. The way we do it is we cross our hands. So there is a superego on the left hand, on the left, from the left channel, which ends on the right side of the head. And ego comes from the right channel, ends at the left side of the head. So we want to like symbolically pull them with our hands and throw it into the water while our attention runs down both our channels. And we can drop this ego and superego and the weight of this ego and superego on our ajna, on the entire subtle system, into this water. now we can rinse our feet with the fresh mug of water. Keep the water aside. So the topic for today is the three knots of illusion. Before we talk about the illusions around us, and the three knots, I just want to ask the group a question. Before we talk about illusion, what is the reality? What is the truth? You can unmute and say, what is the truth? Because once we know the truth, then it's easy for us to identify the illusions, right?
Mother has
Ourselves,
said the
our
truth.
spirit.
Yes. The truth is that we are the spirit and not this mind. So if that is the truth, which is the absolute truth and the one truth, then what is the falsehood that we sometimes fall into? That we are not this mind, we are not this body, we are not these thoughts, we are not the emotions, we are not the reactions, we are not the judgments, we are not the false identifications about ourselves. We are not a lot of things which we think we are. And sometimes we don't know the difference between us and all these assumptions that we have, right? So we sometimes, like most of the time, we identify ourselves with the thought that we have, with the reaction that we have, with the judgment that we have. Why are they not the truth? Because they're elusive. Today, the mind can say one thing. Tomorrow, it will say another thing. Today, it will give another reaction. Tomorrow, another reaction. So there is no basis. It is the way Srimataji explains, when the light that enters into this prism gets deflected in multiple different ways. That's the way our mind is, right? And so it can direct us into anything, right? Into how the thought gets, how whatever we see, how we perceive what happens in front of us, and how that thought like reflects, radiates in the prism of our mind. It can direct us to any way without any base, right? So we are not any of that. Those are some of the illusions that we know about. That for us to be associated with the spirit, the only way, Srimataji explains that the best way to get associated with the spirit is by saying not this, not this, not this, not this, not this. So each thing that you say, I'm not this thought, I'm not this judgment, I'm not this reaction, then what remains after saying no, 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 is the spirit. And that is the silence. That is the witness. That is innocent. That is peaceful. That is completely satisfied. That is fearless. That's what is the spirit. So now that we know that that is the truth, then there are three knots of illusion that happen, that, you know, as part of our life that we get entangled into without our knowledge. And once we are aware of these three knots of illusion, it is always in Sahaja Yoga, awareness is the first step. Because if we are not aware, then we don't know what to correct, we don't know what to let go, we don't know what to hold on to. So the first thing is that we have to be aware of what are these three knots. The first knot, Rahul, if we can show the chart, the chakra chart now. The first knot is called as the Brahma Grandhi. The word Brahma means the one who creates. Grandhi is a knot. So the first knot is called as Brahma Grandhi. And this knot is formed within us. It's a very interesting concept. And when we understand, it's easy for us to get ourselves free from this knot of illusion. When our attention gets entangled into matter and materialism, that is the knot that forms. So we have to separate ourselves from the desires, from the expectations, wants, dependency, and anything to do with matter and materialism. It's like we are dependent on matter and materialism for our existence and survival. But just that, right? We don't want to be dependent on it. We don't want our attention to be entangled in it. And we don't want our desires around matter and materialism driving our life, our attention. So it's a very delicate balance. Like we need matter, we need materialism to exist, but making sure that our attention is detached from it. That is the tapas, is the meditation we do. And this first knot is formed on the left channel and runs up all the way to the right side of the head, to the superego. So the first knot and the left side are connected. And we know that the left side is the storehouse of our desires, is pure desire. It's the storehouse of pure desire. Whenever we feel like we are lacking the desire to meditate, lacking the desire to do something that is good for us, we need to work on our left side because that is the source of our pure desire. It is also the source of our mental energy and mental capacity to discipline ourselves, to say no to anything that is not good for our spiritual essence. So this is also the source of our mental energy and mental capacity to discipline ourselves. And it is also the storehouse of positive emotions, which lead us towards the spirit. So for us to detangle from this first knot of illusion, our attention has to be on the spirit, on the pure desire, and delicately balance matter and materialism in our lives. And so we can now become aware of this knot. The knot is with our attention, actually. So unless we become aware, we cannot separate our attention from that. Shrimataji says the best way to detangle is to take your attention from this to that. And that is the spirit that we are. So, taking our attention from matter and materialism to the spirit and watching everything from that state of spirit automatically gives us the freedom from this first knot of illusion. So, we can put our left hand on our lap, right hand towards the Mother Earth, focus on our entire left channel. And focus on our attention. Bring our attention to our spirit. The best way to bring our attention to the spirit is ask a simple question. Who am I? Who am I? Keep asking this question until the light of your spirit shines in your attention. When the attention is on our spirit, when we feel the presence of our spirit in our attention and know that that is what we are. We are that pure spirit pulsating in our heart. Now, from here, you can safely and securely and confidently say, Mother, please take my attention completely, disentangle my attention from matter and materialism. Please let me only seek the joy of my spirit. Please let me seek that which is benevolent, nourishing to my spiritual ascent. When it comes to matter and materialism, let me seek that which has vibrations. Let me seek that which expresses divinity and which manifests divinity. Mother Kundalini, please remove this knot of illusion of Brahma Grandhi. And here we can take the mantra Brahma Grandhi Vibhedini. We can say it 3 times. You can say it with me. I will break it down for you. Om Tvameva Sakshat Sri Brahma Grandhi Vibhedini Sakshat Sri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. What we are saying is, Mother, verily you are the one who breaks open this knot of illusion and free our attention from matter and materialism and the desires revolving around matter and materialism. Vibhedini means the one who breaks open the knot. Om Tvameva Sakshat Sri Brahma Grandhi Vibhedini Sakshat Sri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namah. If you're not able to say it, that's perfectly fine. Just enjoy the state, the flow of vibrations from this mantra. I hope you're able to feel the vibrations, the movement of the Kundalini in your left channel, in your Sahasrara. We will move on to the second knot of illusion. The second knot of illusion is formed on the right channel and it is called as Rudra Grandhi. It's called as Vishnu Grandhi. This knot is formed when our attention gets entangled with our ambitions and our actions to achieve something. When we are after something, after our ambitions, after our goals, and our attention moves away from our spirit, we get into this second knot of illusion where we feel like we are the doer and we have to do something. We lose sight of the fact that it is the divine who runs the show and everything happens through us. But we are not the one who is doing it. But when we are running after our ambitions, have goals, and we achieve something and associate those results to our doings, that creates ego. And once we associate the results of our doings to ourselves and our efforts, which creates ego, it becomes difficult to get entangled, unentangled, or disentangled from that ego. And then we lose sight of the fact that everything happens through the divine and it is the divine who does it. And for this knot, Shrimataji says that only God can break open this knot of illusion. Is give us the freedom from the doer feelings. So for this, we have to completely humble ourselves. Always stay in that position of humility and humbleness towards God. In that state of humbleness, He will give us this freedom from ego, from I-ness, from the doer feelings, even though we are doing it. So it's a delicate balance of doing, but not associating ourselves with the results of our actions, watching this ego or I-ness, and being fully aware that whatever happens through us is happening through this will of God and the power of God. So to break open the second knot, we have to have complete humility and humbleness. And for that, we can put our right hand towards the left hand towards the ether, right hand on the lap. And here we can pray, Shri Mataji, Mother Kundalini, please give us complete humility and awareness that it is the will of God, the power of God that does everything. And that we are the instruments through which all actions are performed. Please give us complete detachment from the results of our actions. This is a very powerful statement, affirmation to remember that when we detach ourselves from the results of our actions, we save ourselves from the burden of ego. Mother Kundalini, please give us complete detachment from the results of our actions and the humility and humbleness to surrender all the results of our actions to the divine. Please break open this knot of second knot of illusion, Vishnu Grandhi Vibedini. Om Tvameva Sakshat Sri Vishnu Grandhi Vibedini Sakshat Sri Adi Shakti Mataji Sri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. I'll repeat it again. Om Tvameva Sakshat Sri Vishnu Grandhi Vibedini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Bring our left hand on our lap. The third knot of illusion is formed on our center channel. In the center channel, we are always seeking, right? If we are in the center channel, that means we are seeking the truth. Even in our seeking, there can be an illusion. Sometimes we get satisfied that we are seeking, and sometimes we are not able to differentiate what is it we are seeking and how sincere and honest are we in our seeking? It's good that we are seeking, but when we lack that sincerity and honesty and truthfulness in our seeking, we may run into this situation where we are superficial in our seeking or artificial in our seeking. And so this knot is formed on the center channel that prevents us from ultimately reaching our goal, is seeking the Spirit with all sincerity and honesty. And this knot is called as Rudra Grandhi. And it is once this knot is opened, we associate effortlessly with the universal consciousness. It is that same experience when the drop becomes into the ocean, gets dropped into the ocean. It loses its identity completely. It's no more to be found. And now, if you ask the awareness of the drop, who are you? Its response would be that it is the ocean. There are no more boundaries. And that is the absolute, that state is the fulfillment of our seeking. When we associate ourselves completely with the ocean. Anything before that, like we are seeking the Spirit, but we don't want to give up certain things, right? We can be seeking the Spirit, but as long as we don't give up what needs to be given up, as long as we don't do the penance of what needs to be done, and have that awareness that that is what we have to do, then this knot of illusion in our seeking in the third channel, center channel, will still exist. So here, if we are on this journey in our spiritual ascent, then we want to make sure we get to the goal, the destination. So we want to remove all artificiality, superficiality, periphery in our seeking. It's easier said than done. So here we pray to our Mother Kundalini. Mother Kundalini, please break open this knot of illusion of Rudra Grandhi and please remove all artificialities in our seeking, superficiality in our seeking. Please help us to become where we are on the periphery, where we are on the superficial, where we are artificial in our seeking, and take us to the core. Om Tvameva Sakshat Sri Rudra Grandhi Vivedini Sakshat Sri Adi Shakti Mataji Sri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Sri Rudra Grandhi Vivedini Sakshat Sri Adi Shakti Mataji Sri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. In this state, we will listen to Shri Mataji's talk. It is a 5-minute talk where Shri Mataji talks about us reaching to the state of thoughtlessness, where the drop becomes the ocean.
First of all, I think this is the most important thing to understand about your own Kundalini, as self-realization is self-knowledge. And the one who gives you self-knowledge is this, your own Kundalini. Because when she rises, she points it out what are the problems on your chakras. Now, we say that it is pure desire. But we do not know what purity means. It means your chaste desire. It means it has no lust, greed, anything in it. That power is your own mother and is settled in your triangular bone. She is your own mother. She knows everything about you. It's like a tape recorder. She knows everything about you. And she is absolutely the knowledge. Because she's so pure. And whatever chakras she touches, she also knows what's wrong with that chakra beforehand. So she's quite prepared. And she adjusts herself fully so that you do not get a problem by her awakening. If any chakra is constricted, she waits and goes on slowly, opening that chakra. Now this Kundalini is the primordial power which is reflected within you. And within you, in a human being, it is like many strands of energy. So it's like a rope. And these energies are all twisted together to form this Kundalini. In a human being, these strands are 3 into 7, that is 21, raised to power 108. But when your Kundalini rises, 1 or 2 strands out of this come up and pierce the fontanelle bone area. Only 1 or 2. Because it has to pass through the innermost nadi, known as Brahma Nadi. It's all a spiral throughout, because Kundalini is a spiral, and these nadis are also like a spiral, like this. So the innermost nadi is the Brahma Nadi. The outermost nadi is the right side. And the second innermost is the Ida Nadi. So through the Brahma Nadi, she starts sending those threads. By that, they relax the center. By the relaxation of the center, the sympathetic nervous system also starts relaxing. And when it goes to the Agya chakra, then your eyes start relaxing, your pupils start dilating, and your eyes can become like mine, very black, absolutely relaxed. So you can easily see in a person how far is the Kundalini. If it has pierced the Agya, then the eyes will be completely dilated and will be shining. And then she enters into the Sahasrara.
Rahul, you can play the music for 2 minutes while we enjoy this beautiful music. Let us put our attention on our Kundalini or Sahasrara and enjoy the silence. Let us express our deepest gratitude to Shri Mataji for giving us our self-realization, for taking our attention to our spirit, for opening the door to the heaven. Let us pray to our Mother Kundalini to give us awareness when our attention gets entangled in these knots of illusion, to guide us, to correct us, and to nudge us in the right path. And to help us reach our destination. With this prayer, let us raise our Kundalini and give ourselves abundance. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed the session and learned something new today.
Thank you, Fani. It was amazing. I wonder, Rahul, thank you, Rahul. Thank you to everyone here. I wonder if we could obtain a recording of today, because there was so much information and it was so important and so useful and beautiful.
Yeah, I'll share the recording over the email, Marty.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all.
Thank you. It was just beautiful. Thank you as always,
Thank
Rahul.
you. Put our
and
email
Fani.
in the chat. Will that be how we can get the recording?
Yes, please share your email IDs, and if you are in the WhatsApp group, here also I will share.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you
both.
So can I
Thank you
just
very
ask a
much.
quick question?
Yeah, please.
So this particular three knots puja, and do we do this how often?
That's a very good question. So more than how often, it's important to know that we are always on a slippery edge with our attention getting entangled in these knots.
Yes.
It's always like this, right? It's like you like watch and correct, right? So
Mhm.
awareness is very important. And the first litmus test, I would say, right, is whenever we don't feel the bubbling joy in our spirit, that joy that you're feeling right now after a good meditation,
Mhm.
if you feel that you're moving away from that for whatever reason, you have to first question, ask yourself, where is my attention getting entangled? Right?
Yes.
So, and then once that's the first awareness, and that's when you do it. That's
Okay.
when you do the meditation to say, okay, this is an illusion. This is not, because today it is one thing, tomorrow it's another thing, tomorrow it's another thing. You
Mhm.
want to station yourself at the center of the wheel called the axis, but not at the wheel, because the wheel moves, the life goes on, right?
Right.
Just like life goes on, the wheel moves. The wheel is not stopping. We just have to find a position where
We're on the track.
exactly that we are not moving. And
Okay.
that we enjoy, right? When you're at the axis, you see it's moving and you know it's moving. And you then, once you become a master at it, you enjoy its movement because you're stationed. But if you're on the periphery of the wheel, you're like, right?
And
Did that help you?
yes, that helped me. So coming to the next question is, when do we do it? Do we do it after we tie our Kundalini and
Yeah.
or before we
So,
start our foot soak and stuff?
so after foot soak, I would say. So tie your
Okay.
kundalini, give yourself a bandhan, do your foot soak, nice foot soak. And then these 3 knots of illusion, like foot soak is like clearing your day-to-day thoughts, day-to-day
Mm.
stress,
Yeah.
right? And then when you foot soak, then this is like sometimes this is actually deeper, meaning you really want to assess your life, assess your priorities,
Okay.
assess.
After foot soak.
Exactly. After foot soak, then you kind of do this 3 knots. It's almost like clearing the 3 channels, but on a deeper level. Like it's almost
So,
like your North Star, right? You're looking, am I going in the right direction?
right. Okay. And is this anywhere in our mantra book or no?
It is in the mantra book. I don't have the mantra book with me, but I will. It is in the mantra book. It's towards the last, and it has like really beautiful explanation
Okay.
with the mantra, so that will help you.
So in this the chakra display that we had, I know the right channel goes and turns around and goes into the center, and the left goes around. But where is the third knot? So the 2 knots I understand is from the right and the left. So the center one comes in the middle.
So the center one comes in the middle in the right channel, and it is when the auras of the Vishuddhi and the Ajna meet to open up that whole thing between the Vishuddhi, the reaction and the judgment, and the reaction and the judgment and the thought process, right? It just opens it up. So when the aura of the Ajna and the Vishuddhi meet, then it takes us into the Turiya state.
So it's right in the middle.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji.
So like the left channel, as you said, is in the we feel it in the left hand, and the right channel we feel in the right hand.
Yeah.
Okay, and they cross over in
At
the
the,
Agya, at the
yeah,
Agya.
yeah.
And but then when we think about it, like when we are praying for cleansing our left channel, so my attention generally, if I'm trying to cleanse my left hand, it goes towards my left Agya chakra. Where should it go? I mean,
So your left side is here. Okay. Maybe next time we can do the clearing of the left agnya. So the way you clear your left agnya, you can put your right hand on the right side of your head. That is where the left channel, if you're watching me,
yes,
crosses
that's
at the
why.
agnya.
Because usually, otherwise, when you are like I'm trying to cleanse my left side. I focus on my left head. I mean, that's wrong,
No,
right? I should be
no, that's
focusing
wrong.
on the right side.
Correct.
Okay.
The way you clear your, you can actually put your right hand on this and then you actually press your head and release. Press and release. You can feel like this is the balloon you're holding on and it's actually releasing the entire left channel. Like press and
Okay.
release. Press
So
and release.
basically, my attention should be on my right agya,
Correct.
right side, right. When
Correct.
I'm clearing my left, and when I'm clearing my right, it should be attention should be on the left agya,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you so much for this. Thank you. Thank you for lovely meditation.
You're welcome.
This
Jai
is
Shri
actually the
Mataji.
first time, this is actually the first time I did this particular 3 knot illusion.
That's good to know. I hope you were able
Yes,
to follow along. Yeah.
yes, and a lot from it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you to Shri Mataji, who is the source of all knowledge.
Thank you. Could you please verify if my pronunciation is all right? It's from the Sri Chakra, or the mantra, Sri Brahma Grantri Fibi Idini. I'm pretty hard with the last word. I'm sorry.
No, I will type it in the chat. Like
Uh,
now.
Just say it because I know how it is written, but I don't know. But I'm pretty hard for me
Oh,
to read it.
okay.
Or
Brahma. Okay,
yes,
Brahma.
Brahma is
Granth,
easy.
Granthi.
Granthi is also easy.
Vibhedini.
Vivek.
Vibhedini.
Okay, I need to train it. It's hard for me.
Vibhedini. So
Okay,
you can think of
Vibhedini.
Vibhedini is like this, right? The one who just like break open like this, right? Vibhedini.
Vibhedini. Okay, thank you very much. It's sometimes hard to make
Yeah,
it
yeah, I
how to
know.
pronounce it.
I totally like, I really like, I think, appreciate how much effort you put in because I was trying to learn the names of Sri Fatima, who is the daughter
Oh
of
yeah,
Prophet Muhammad, and I have so much trouble saying them right. And I'm like, I can't imagine how much harder it is for you to know all
yes.
these names, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty much stuck on some of the names. I just skip some and go back to them later, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Jai Shri Mataji, thank you so much. I really don't have any words to express the gratitude I have for this beautiful meditation. And I want to thank all my brothers and sisters on this call and who supported this call. It is such a great cause, and I just don't know what to say, but thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. All our thanks to Srimataji. Without her, I wouldn't be here. So
For sure.
thank you all. Thank you all for joining, sharing your love and your vibrations. You made my Sunday morning beautiful.
Thanks a lot, sister. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a blessed day.
You too. Bye.